Hello guys, welcome back once again. Now, an 80-year-old Italian man has been beaten by his tenant of North African origin. Now, the country is not mentioned in this case, but of course, it's an African. What is the implication of this, and what are the disadvantages, and what can we learn from this particular story? This man rented his apartment to a foreigner who is supposed to be living peacefully and paying his rent in due time. Now, instead of paying your rent, you refuse to pay it. That is why in most places, it is always difficult to see a house. When you call sometimes, once they ask you, are you a Nigerian? Or are you a this or that? They will not give you that house. Because of what some people have done in the past, the kind of legacy, the kind of history that a lot of our brothers and sisters have created. So these things are giving us setbacks. So this elderly man went to ask for his rent from the tenant who he put in his house. But this tenant turned violent and hit the man in the eye. Now they say that the man now cannot see now. The eye now don't fold like a goosey soup. The man's eye now has folded now. He cannot see with one eye. He attacked him with a weapon. And the man too has a wife. So do you think that if somebody of similar country, of that same, even as an African self, if you go there to rent a house, the man will say, oh, welcome, welcome. I had a good experience with previous Africans. No. That's why you see some people better lock their houses without even putting anybody in it. Then we complain and say, oh, Italians, they lock their houses and they did not allow anybody to live in it. They prefer to allow it rot. In as much as we understand that some of them too doesn't like foreigners. Yeah, that one is natural. But some of them also have had bitter experiences that is making them to do these things that you see them do. Okay, so you don't always blame them for most things that happen. Now, let's quickly take a look at the story of this man properly. Now, and this happened in Bologna. 80-year-old man beaten by tenant for asking for rent. He had already attacked 2 women. Now, according to them, they said that this very person has a history of violence. So, but when somebody is violent, why still leave that person in that place? You see where the problem lies. Violence against the elderly man and his partner in Lagaru, a helmet of the Emilian capital. An 80-year-old man, Otello Righi, was violently attacked by a tenant in his partner's home. The man's son, Fabio, reported the incident in a post on Facebook page of the Arca Appennino Bolognese Association. Now, they say that the incident occurred in Laguru, a helmet of Bologna. That is an outskirt of Bologna. And the attacker is a man of North African origin, already known in the town for similar incidents. So this person is known for violent kind of behavior. Right? According to the story, they said the incident occurred when the 80-year-old man accompanied his partner to deliver a sheet with the IBAN for rent payment to the tenant who was not paying the rent. He was not paying. The situation escalated when the tenant reacted violently, hitting Otello in the face with an object, causing facial trauma with suspected damage to the eye bone. Eye bone, that is the bone holding the eye. The guy knock, and the thing now broke. So the man's eye now, he now closed the eyes. The man is an eye man, not eyes man again. Hey, my goodness. Now they said that his partner, who intervened to stop the attacker, was also hit and suffered some cracked ribs. So the husband, which is this man here, okay, Otello, was hit by the eyes, and the eye now closed. Then the wife, who is also elderly, now kind of say, oh, stop hitting my husband. The guy now hit the woman by the rib, and the woman has broken ribs now. So both husband and wife have been hospitalized because of a tenant who is not paying his rent and was asked to pay. They did not even ask you, oh, you're back. You see how people are, some people are creating bad names for Africans. Now look at the real story from the Sun. So, but you know, it is always, you know, easier for people to do these things abroad. Imagine you do that in Nigeria, where maybe your landlord, maybe he's kind of elderly small, and the children are elsewhere doing their things. Then you beat their father. Their mother. Hey, you know how they will rush back home? They will give you general beating. You will be hearing. You understand? They won't even call police. It is after beating the tenant to stupor, they will now call police for you. Police will now carry your remains. That is the weak, your weakness. That's what the police will see to rescue. You can imagine that. So that you don't do things like that. But when people come abroad, you know, because of the system, they tend to turn Odunga. I don't encourage all this, you know, rubbish that people does. It is uncalled for. According to the Sun, they say, I want to thank the Carabinieri who intervened promptly and professionally, showing great empathy. However, it is disheartening to note that despite the seriousness of the episode, nothing could be done to prevent this person shortly after from continuing his evening as if nothing happened. So they said that even, it seems that they released the guy after this incident must have happened. You know, they report the victim's son. The attacker seems to have been known in the village for being a violent person. It is not the first time that this individual has been the protagonist of aggressive behavior. Just to mention a few episodes that I know personally. That is this man's son who is narrating the story now. 2 years ago, he attacked a woman with a child. Not long ago, it seems that he threatened a woman with a knife. Now, it has come to hitting elderly man in a violent and gratuitous way, he declares. The family says that they have filed a complaint with the Carabinieri and have contacted the municipality to be able to intervene. In the meantime, the 80-year-old will have to remain in the hospital for a few more days awaiting further tests and checks, you know, because of the eyes. Let's quickly watch his video where he was narrating his ordeal with the North African guy.
Siamo arrivati in casa, prima gli ho detto, allora non mi vuoi dare i soldi. Finché gli ho dato una botta che l'ho buttata contro il muro, andate fuori di casa. Mentre andavo avanti per andare giù dalle scale, mi ha dato anche un calcio. Sono tornato indietro, gli ho detto, ho cominciato a spingermi in giù, e nella curva laggiù sono riuscito a sportarmi, a girarmi, e mi ha dato un cazzotto nella fronte.
Cioè, voi qui avete paura?
Mia figlia quando gira per il paese, adesso ha 11 anni, tutte le volte che lo vede rimane bloccata, traumatizzata, c'ha paura.
Quest'uomo si chiama Taufik Bourrassi, tunisino. A sentire lui, a Lagaro, il paesino tra i colli bolognesi in cui abita, sarebbe in atto una congiura ai suoi danni.
Questa situazione è stata lavorata tra di loro.
Peccato però che nei giorni scorsi l'uomo abbia mandato all'ospedale il signor Otello, 80 anni, per i cittadini di Lagaro, una vera istituzione.
So you can see that, you can see the whole story there, how they are interviewing the man in the hospital now. See? Just because a house was rented to you, you now want to make it your abode, you don't want to pay rent again. Someday you will learn the hard way, you will meet your match. Let me know your opinion and thought on this very news, guys. And don't forget to use TapTapSend in case you want to send money to your loved ones in Nigeria, Ghana, in fact in Africa. Use my promo code right there to get benefits like the money that they are adding to what you are sending to your country. Okay, thank you, and share this video. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.